if the absolute value of x is less than x squared, which of the following must be true? So one thing we can do with a question like this, before even looking at the answer choices, is let's just think about all of the examples where this relationship, the relationship between absolute value of x and x squared, changes. And so maybe if we just test a number from each of those scenarios, we can see what all those different relationships are. In other words, so if we test a negative integer, a negative fraction, a positive fraction, and a positive integer, that should be a good sample of all the different ways this relationship can behave. So let's say we got something like -2, -1/2, +1/2, and +2. So if we test, if we say x is equal to -2, then the absolute value of x is just 2, and then x squared would be 4. So this works because 4 is greater than 2. So x could be a negative integer. Here, what are we saying? If x is -1/2, then absolute value of x is +1/2. And then x squared is -1/2 squared, which is +1/4. So it is not true that 1/4 is greater than 1/2. So this we can't have. We can't have a negative fraction. If we test positive fraction, then we got 1/2 is less than 1/4. So we literally have the same thing. So this can't be true. We cannot have a positive fraction. And then if we test a positive integer, well, we get the same thing as we got here, 2 and 4. So what does it mean? X has to be either a negative number, a negative integer that is less than, or should I say a negative number less than -1, or a positive number greater than 1. And so which one of these things reflects that? So we can try eliminating the 4 wrong answer choices. So x is greater than 0, no, because it can't be any number greater than 0. It can't be a fraction. Same is true with x being less than 0. It can't be a negative fraction. It doesn't have to be true that x is greater than 1, right? Because we said this scenario here worked when x was -2. X is between -1 and 1. No, this encompasses all of the possibilities that x cannot be actually, right? Because it can't be a negative fraction, can't be a positive fraction. So here, x squared is greater than 1. What does that mean? So that means x is either greater than 1 or x is less than -1, which is exactly what we showed here with the examples that we tested. So either if you can't just sort of see it in your head, then I would recommend, usually this is, whenever you're testing numbers, if you test one of these 4 things, negative integer, negative fraction, positive integer, you're getting a good sample size of all the different variations of behaviors you can have. And so E.